So, um, a lot of you guys have replied and said some things that you would like to see me make videos of, and they're really great. So I'm going to try and do a couple of the videos, but today I'm going to pick one out that I thought was pretty awesome. Suggestion. Somebody wanted me to do one about military relationships, so I'm going to kind of talk about them at the same time. If you're not in one, it's okay, you can watch. I'm talking about long distance relationships, so that might be you. Alright, at first I wasn't gonna do a list, but then the list kind of just really came to me. I'm like, I'm always doing lists, but it's alright. One of the things that's most important, not just with long distance relationships, but with relationships in general, is trust. If you don't trust the person, it's really not gonna work. Any relationship, no matter what, if you don't trust them and you're always worrying, I can guarantee you it is not worth it. I've been in plenty of relationships. All I did was stress out. Not worth it at all. The next thing I would say is that you need to have an optimistic attitude. There's going to be times where you might not hear from the person you like because they're deployed and you're going to be worrying and everything. Just be optimistic. If it's just a regular relationship and, like, for example, I dated a couple people and I lived 2 or 3 hours away. Obviously I didn't get to see them. They were busy. I was busy, so I barely got to talk to them. You really got to stay optimistic. Don't just be like, oh, the person's not talking to me because they hate me. You just really got to stay positive. I can't even stress that enough. Next is think about the good times, not the bad times. Every relationship has its up and downs. When you're in a relationship that's long distance, you're going to have plenty of time to reflect and think about the person that you are, obviously dating. So what I would recommend doing is thinking about all of the good things that you guys do instead of not, oh, last time we hung out, we got in a fight. I would really think about, the positive. Oh, last time we got to hang out, this happened. Or, hey, last time, blah, 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 fill in the blank, whatever it might be. Think about the highs and not the lows. Um, Next thing is make sure you guys are on the same page. There's a lot of relationships in the military and such that don't work out. Unfortunately, being away from somebody for a while, it can take its toll. Make sure you guys are on the same page. You might really want the relationship and really like the person, but they might not really want the same things as you. And so if you guys aren't on the same page, if you both don't think it's going to last, let's be real, it's probably not going to last. You might be holding on to this dream of, oh, this person's the one, but the reality of it is this person just might be like, hey, I'm back at, home. I can go and get some girls or whatever, and boom, he gets deployed, boom, they break up. Some people are that way. You cannot tell me that guys aren't dogs. I mean, y'all say it all the time. So just make sure that this is what's really going on. You'll realize quickly if they want this as much as you do. If they are really fighting for it, and want it, hey, they probably do want it. If that sounds kind of weird, but if they're doing what they can to make sure it works, writing you letters, calling you whenever they can, and like I said, this isn't just deploy. This can be, I was, like I said, a few hours away, doing whatever they can to make it work. If they're doing the same thing back, stick with it. They obviously like you and they obviously believe that it can work. um Another thing, if they don't put in as much effort as you, don't do it. Get out of that relationship as quick as possible. I mean, even if you guys have been together for a while, I'd say don't do it, because if they're thinking that distance can separate you guys, no. Thing about it is love should have no boundaries. No matter where you're at, that shouldn't change how you feel about somebody. And so, what I would say to you guys is if the person's not willing to put in the effort, you know, just get out of it, because they're not the right person you should be with, anyways. Um, the next thing I'm going to say kind of contradicts the first thing I said about trust, but investigate. If it's the first time they've been gone, you guys have just been together for a little while. Yeah, I know I said to trust the person, but the reality of it is, y'all already probably stalked them on Facebook, Twitter, and everything else, or at least their exes. So what you might as well do is see if Are they indeed flirting around? Are they indeed, doing what they're saying they're going to do? And, I'm not saying to freak out or worry, but, just check up on it. Now, here's the thing also on the contrary. If you guys have been together for, 2, 3 years, maybe even a year, and you're still having to investigate, this is where it goes up with the trust, then there's a problem. Because, if the relationship's been more than like a month, I would say you probably shouldn't have to be checking up, seeing if, the person's cheating, if they're, doing what they say they're doing, are they talking to that person you don't want to talk to, which you really shouldn't be controlling to begin with, but you should be able to just trust the person and know that they like you. But, with that being said, if you guys have been together for a while and you still don't really have that trust, if you're still having to check up on the person, then there's probably a problem right there. You shouldn't have to be wondering, is this person gonna cheat? You shouldn't have to be worrying about anything. It's supposed to be a relationship. It's supposed to be happy all the time. And maybe you haven't been in a relationship like that, but that's okay because there's gonna be somebody out there. The problem is, I'm not trying to be mean to you guys, but let's be real. You probably, at least one point in your life, have settled with somebody. I've done it plenty of times. I'm sure a lot of you girls have settled with people, and the guys that watch this, I'm sure you probably settled with some girls. But the reality of it is, when it comes to distance relationships, stay optimistic, trust each other, and just have that, thought in your head that it is going to work. And you guys should be good to go. Once again, whether your boyfriend or girlfriend's about to get deployed, or whether it's just a long distance, it can work out. My parents, my dad was in the military, served 20 years. My parents are still married. You know what I'm saying? So don't be like, oh man, it can't happen. It can definitely happen. Stay optimistic, hope for the best. If you see any sign, though, right at the beginning, that they don't want it as much as you, just get out, make sure you guys are both on the same page. All right, guys, I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving, or if you're watching this, a year, 6 months, I don't know, like if it was a year, it'd be, next Thanksgiving, about to be. So if you guys are watching this in 2 or 3 months or whatever, I hope you guys enjoy this, get something out of it, and once again, I'm thankful for you guys watching this. So I'll try and make more videos. Once again, keep sending me stuff to make. I'm about to go make a video right after I make this video. So that's why I'll be wearing the same shirt. All right, guys. I will see you all whenever. Bye.